CHS is all about. Recognizing students for their hard work and all the things that they do for Chelmsford High School. So what I'd like to do to get the night started, I want to introduce our deans, Dean Galante, Dean Doherty, and Dean LaCava, representing each of the houses and all the hard work that they put on working with each and every one of the students all the time. I also want to thank all of our presenters, our teachers, our coordinators, and guests for representing and recognizing contributions that the students made to Chelmsford High School. Two other people that need to be recognized, because this evening is a massive undertaking. Getting the plaques, sending out invitations, coordinating the evening. It is a huge job. And I want to thank Carol Rogers, my secretary in the main office, for all the work that she does to pull this together and make sure everyone gets here and does the job well. Thank you, Carol. Thanks, Carol. And another person that's here every night, I think he lives here. If you were here last night, he was at the Pops concert. Tom Peterson and the students that work with him are always here and make our presentations do such a nice job for the public. So thank you, Tom. What we're going to do is we're going to be calling the students down. They'll come up here, and if you want to come forward and take a picture, you're welcome to do that. We also, at the end of the program, will give you another copy of tonight's program with the names of the students in it so that you can take that home for souvenir, because it's always nice to have your name in print, and we want you to get all the recognition that you possibly can. So with further ado, we're going to start recognizing the College Book Awards. The College Book Awards are in honor of juniors' high-achieving academic student achievement. So with the first book award, I would like to recognize the Cornell University Book Award to Maximilian Maybury. Would you please come forward? The next book award, Dartmouth College Book Award, Shruti Srinavis. Sorry. The Harvard Club of Boston Book Award, Parthiv Patel. College of the Holy Cross Book Prize, Casey Coderre. Middlebury College Book Award, Alyssa Fiore. Regis College Book Award, Kaylee Morrison. St. Anselm College Book Award, Caroline Coughlin. St. Michael's Book Award, Kristen Sheeks and Anthony Spaziani. Smith College Book Award, Rebecca Krupkowski. The Yale Club of Boston Book Award, Andrew Ambersino. The Wellesley Alumni Club Book Award, Emily Luan. Next, I'm going to introduce the National Merit Scholarship Program, and I'm going to introduce Mr. Cyrus Caminos.
It's an honor for us as a guidance department to present an annual National Merit Scholarship Corporation Commended Students Awards. Before I call off the names of the students who have received this unique honor, I have a statement to read, a very brief statement sent to me today by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation. For the 2009-2010 school year, 34,000 commended students throughout the nation are being recognized for their academic promise. Commended students have placed among the top 5% of more than 1.5 million students who entered the 2010 competition by means of an exceptionally high score that they earned on the 2008 preliminary SAT National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Exam. As demonstrated by their outstanding performance in this highly competitive program, these young men and women represent some of the most academically talented students in our country. We sincerely hope this recognition will enhance their educational opportunities and encourage them in their pursuit of future academic success and excellence. As I call your name, please come to the stage and accept your award from your own guidance counselor. And then please remain on the stage for a couple minutes for recognition. I'll now call out the names. Eric Brown, Cato Chung, Connell Darling, Thomas Drummond, Taylor Engdahl, David Ferreira, Elizabeth Glennon, Sangyuta Inamdar, David Lavoy, Venkata Satyam, Iris Chu, David Suzinski, and Taylor Tobin. Let's give these students a final round of applause for their...
It's now my honor and pleasure to invite to the stage Derek Chang, Gio Kersey, Nikhil Nathwani, and Gwendolyn Strafer. Currently, over 1.5 million students in more than 21,000 high schools enter the National Merit Scholarship Program each year. Semifinalists are the highest scorers in each of the 50 states and represent less than 1% of each state's high school seniors. Only these students who qualify as semifinalists based on their performance on the PSAT have the opportunity to advance to the finalist level and compete for national merit scholarships. Semifinalists may qualify as finalists by completing an application with the help of their guidance counselor and fulfilling several other requirements. These top academic students show exceptional potential for success in college. This year, the entire Chelmsford High School community is proud to recognize these 4 extremely talented individuals as National Merit Finalists. Please join me in congratulating them on their outstanding achievement.
Gold medal scholars, if I could have the following students come to the stage, please. David Kudo, Sanyukta Inamda, Elizabeth Glennon, Venkata Satyam, and Iris Shu. I want to recognize and congratulate these students as the top scholars of Chelmsford High School. We have the valedictorian David Kudo, salutatorian Sanyukta Inamda. We have Venkata Satyam, we have Iris Shu, and Elizabeth Glennon, the next top scholars. Chelmsford High School Faculty Association Awards. I'd like to introduce our first presenter is going to be Mr. Thomas Souza and Mr. Andrew Shoup.
It's my pleasure to represent the Business Education Department here this evening. On many occasions since he arrived here, Dr. Yeoman has talked about the need for us to develop our brand, that name or symbol that sets us apart from our competitors. If we're to do this, tonight's winner of the Business Education Faculty Award deserves to be our trademark. This student's been so much fun to work with over the past 3 years. From a quiet, relatively, sophomore to a confident senior leader, she has made a difference here and prepared herself for the challenges ahead. To the best of my knowledge, she's the first CHS student to qualify to compete at the DECA International Career Development Conference 3 years in a row. Not only did she attend and compete, she earned the distinction of being a national finalist each of the last 2 years. Despite her personal successes in Atlanta, Anaheim, and Louisville, her efforts in planning, leading, and organizing our DECA chapter in this year's Mr. CHS event are even more impressive. It wasn't about her. Rather, it was about working with others and making the group successful. Those of you that were here that night know she did an outstanding job. I wish I could stand here and take the credit for all she has done and all that she will achieve, but the best I can do is thank Mr. and Mrs. Breton. You know, they had to be a little bit concerned when their little girl was going to Atlanta with Mr. Shoup and I. Thank you for the opportunity to work with your daughter, the winner of this year's Business Education Department Faculty Award, Danica Breton.
Our next presenter will be Mr. Stephen Kortemash.
I understand, I don't believe Gwen's here tonight. I believe her mom is somewhere. So you get to hear nice words about your daughter. This is the Chelmsford High School Faculty Award for English. It's given to an exemplary English student who also shows a passion for literature and the arts by seeking out ways to immerse themselves in the subject area beyond the classroom. I've had the distinct pleasure of having Gwen in my class, both the freshman and senior years. She's a very talented student, and her GPA attests to that, but Gwen is so much more than a high GPA, just a number. She's remarkably talented, sincerely engaged, intensely intellectually curious, and she really invests herself in what she's learning and is a key part of class discussion every day on both visceral and analytical levels. She's mature beyond her years and a lot of fun to have in class. She's bright, compassionate, open-minded, and supportive of her peers. She's truly immersed in the English subject area and has been so for all 4 years here at CHS. Beyond her classroom presence and success, she's a superb thinker and writer, and as many of us have learned over the past 4 years, she's a superb actress. She's been committed to the Theater Guild for all 4 years at CHS, if the word committed is strong enough to describe her dedication. I'm sure she'll be remembered as being part of a production and part of a sterling cast that went all the way with the competition play in 2010 and played one of the lead characters. The bottom line is this: Gwen is an awesome kid, and I feel sincerely privileged to have had her in my classes. I see no end to her potential. She's the complete package: talent, energy, and charisma. I and all of CHS will miss her. Congratulations, Gwen.
Next, we have the Foreign Language Award from Sharon Chabonnier.
I would like to invite Sanyuta Inamdar to the stage, please. It is with great pleasure that the Foreign Language Department has selected Sanyuta as the recipient of the 2010 Chelmsford High School Faculty Award for Foreign Language. Sanyuta's performance, her aptitude, and her proficiency in French reflect the goals and expectations of both the Foreign Language Department and of the 21st century. During her years of study at the high school, she has embraced every opportunity to learn about different cultures through language. I have had the opportunity to observe her in class. She was a very effective trial lawyer. Her questions were very succinct and to the point. Though I don't know the outcome of that particular trial, I can attest to her language skills in French. Fabulous. And she has excelled in French 6 Honors, which is the most advanced French language course offered here at the high school. She has also been a peer tutor, helping other students improve their language skills. We wish her the best of luck next year at Cornell, and we hope she will continue her study of language in the midst of a rigorous engineering program. Félicitations et bon courage.
Next, we have Health, Physical Education, and Consumer Science, Deborah Dubray.
I'd like to invite Jeff Bentley to come to the stage, please. The Wellness Department honors Jeff Bentley for taking the concepts from life management skills, reality check, and power of choice, and using them to continue to make a difference outside of class time. Jeff was a model reality check student, embracing the idea of using his newly formed communication skills to reach out to help others on his own. Jeff continues to connect to the wellness courses by promoting getting involved by giving back. He was instrumental in generating and implementing ideas to make the Reality Check You Make a Difference Day campaign for raising awareness for Shriners Burn Hospital for Children an amazing success. Jeff will always be in the forefront of making a difference as he travels the journey ahead of him. Congratulations, Jeff.
For Mathematics, Mrs. Donna Foley.
Good evening. From a senior class with many abundantly gifted math students, we're pleased this year to recognize Nikhil Nathwani as the recipient of the Mathematics Department Award. As impressive as his skillfully crafted and imaginative mathematics is his collaborative and sharing attitude that puts learning first. Nikhil has been a leader of the math team and plans to pursue a career in mathematics at Cornell University. Nikhil, we're very proud to present you with this award.
For Music, Mrs. Christine Whittlesley.
Would Rachel Fairbanks please come to the stage? The recipient of the Fine and Performing Arts Department Award for Music is a remarkable talent and is a performer at the most polished and professional level. Her participation in numerous CHS clubs and performance groups cannot accurately measure who she really is or what she has meant to all of us here in the department. Rachel is a leader by example. Her singing, acting, and dancing are unmatched. She studies her roles with intellect, understanding, and musical sensitivity, usually reserved for a seasoned veteran. She has reached that special performance level where the audience cannot wait for her to enter the stage because they're anxious to hear another amazing singing performance or witness a dramatic or comedic acting scene. Rachel brings talent, heart, emotion, passion, joy, tears, and wonderment, and an appreciation for the art form that is rarely seen or heard from someone of her young years. So on behalf of the music department, please congratulate with me Rachel Fairbanks.
For science, Mr. John Kittredge.
Good evening. On behalf of the Chelmsford High School Science Department, I am pleased to be able to announce the winner of the High School Science Faculty Award, and that is Venkata Satyam. Amongst the group of high-achieving students who are participating in our advanced science classes and all earning A's, Venkata stands out, not only for his academic achievement, but also for his interest in science for science's sake. And I think that was the characteristic that caused the members of the department to say, he is our man. Congratulations.
Next up for social studies, Mr. Josh Blagg.
Good evening. I'm pleased to invite Sneha Marathe to the stage. As voted by the Social Studies Department and all of the teachers involved, it's our distinct pleasure to present Sneha with this award for social studies. She has been an absolute star in every course she's taken with the Social Studies Department. I had the pleasure of having Sneha in my sociology class. She was fiercely intelligent, incredibly articulate, willing to listen to others and offer her own opinions. And I personally learned a tremendous amount from Sneha in my class. She also was an absolute lethal competitor in the mock trial team and has set the bar very high for future students. She will go very far in whatever endeavor she chooses, and I'm pleased to know her. Sneha. Well done.
For the technology department, Mr. Doug Greenfield.
Gives me great pleasure to invite Renee Larson for the Architectural Technology Award, please. This award is usually given once each year for a student who is very serious about the architectural program and who's going to go on to school to study this subject, and who has far exceeded the requirements of the curriculum and in many ways. And Renee, of course, has done that, and she has a great creative vision and artistic talent, strong academic abilities, and strong use of technology, which really has qualified her quite well. And I know she's attending Carnegie Mellon Institute next year, and I'm sure she'll do quite well. Our Our next award is for industrial technology and engineering. Goes to Michael Donahue. Would you please come up? Michael is a student that's also taken many of the advanced courses with us, and strong candidate for engineering, and has all of those skills that are needed for today's engineers. Use of technology, skills in design and mathematics and in building and hands-on applications, and Michael certainly has all of that, and I'm sure he's going to have a very successful career at, is it Lowell University that you're going to, and in civil engineering. Very good.
Visual art, Christine Whittlesley.
Would Rangeley Morton please come up to the stage? Rangeley Morton has been involved with the CHS Art Department for the past 4 years, most recently excelling in AP Art for 2 years, for which he has submitted over 48 pieces. He has had works exhibited locally in several art shows, including multiple Chelmsford Public Library student exhibits, Art Allstate, and the recent Rotary Starbucks exhibit. He has painted a permanent mural at the Harrington School and is involved in many Spirit Week art-related activities. Rangeley is an example of how a student can directly build art awareness throughout a student body in a school district. Rangeley has had the honor of having his work awarded a coveted Silver Key Award by the Boston Globe Art Awards, and is a successful businessman in his own right, having a flourishing t-shirt and belt and wallet design business outside of school. Rangeley's teachers describe him as an involved leader who consistently goes above and beyond to create impressive work, who puts extra time not only into his own projects, but also regularly encourages his classmates to do their best. On behalf of the art faculty, I'm happy to present the Department Faculty Art Award to Rangeley Morton. And Mrs. Paula Brown is just going to say a few more words, as Rangeley is also the student artist who designed the program cover for this evening.
Good evening, everyone. Rangeley did this cover. Every year we choose a top art student to do the cover for tonight, and it's quite an honor. And as you can see, it's a beautiful piece of work. Rangeley's authentic. He's the real deal. He's truly an artist through and through. Everything he does is through the eyes of an artist. He's always being creative, and he's been identified for as long as I know, even before he got to the high school. I have a funny little story where recently we had an art show at Starbucks, and each teacher was allowed to choose one student, and I chose Rangeley. Sarah Kiley, a middle school art teacher, arranged the show, and when she saw Rangeley's work, she emailed me and said, "Do you remember that we had this art faculty party once, and I was telling you about this student that was coming up to the high school and how amazing he is? And you said, oh, you'll never remember his name." So here, so I didn't have any paper. I pulled out my checkbook and wrote Rangeley Morton in my checkbook. And here he is, 4 years later, and he's been nothing but a delight, a joy, a role model to his peers. I will miss him very much, but I know he has a great success ahead of him. Congratulations, Rangeley.
Next, I would like to introduce Dean LaCava, who is going to give the Commonwealth Award for Exemplary Community Service.
Thank you. Would Emily Francisco come up, please? Emily? This is an award usually given by Senator Susan Fargo. She couldn't be with us this evening, but on behalf of Senator Susan Fargo, I'm pleased to announce the 9th Annual Commonwealth Award for Exemplary Community Service, which is given to high school seniors from the 3rd Middlesex Senatorial District. The recipient is a student who, in the opinion of the school administrators, has distinguished themselves on the basis of their community service activities. The Commonwealth Award is intended to bestow well-deserved recognition on these fine role models who embody the spirit of an active and concerned citizenry. It is my pleasure to award the Chelmsford High School Commonwealth Award to Emily Francisco.
We're still waiting for one presenter, so we're going to go to the United States Marine Corps, and if I could have presenter Sergeant Antonio Pavarelli, U.S. Marine Corps.
Good evening. Congratulations, class of 2010. Tonight I have the distinct honor of presenting awards to 6 individuals through your faculty and guidance counselors. I would like to bring up the following personnel, please. Matthew Linehan, Alexandra Lattimore, Emma Foley, Jared Velasquez, Michael Whippen, and Kelsey Sheridan. These individuals have been recognized for the following individual sites that the Marine Corps feels are very true to them. For Matthew Linehan and Alexander Lattimore, they are the scholastic excellence of the United States Marine Corps. They feel that they have excelled in their academics throughout the entire school year. The Semper Fidelis Award for Emma Foley and Jared Velasquez for their musical talents, and are for all the athletic department, Michael Whitman and Kelsey Sheridan. Alexander? Thank you.
The Chelmsford Commission on Disabilities, I'd like to introduce the presenter, John Zamagni.
Good evening. I'm John Zamani from the Chelmsford Commission on Disabilities. Tonight I'm representing the Chelmsford Commission on Disabilities and Chelmsford Sped Pack. For many years, these organizations have been awarding scholarships to deserving Chelmsford High School students. Tonight I have the pleasure of awarding 5 scholarships. We are recognizing these children not only for their achievement, but for their hard work, dedication, and commitment. I'd like to ask the following 5 students to come up to this to the stage to receive their award. Brian McDonald, Garrett Burgess, Eric Brown, Patrick Gallant, Matthew Flynn.
Prudential Spirit of Community Awards, I'd like to introduce Dean Doherty.
Good evening. These certificates of merit are given to individuals who have demonstrated outstanding commitment to serving our community and are hereby recognized as top student volunteers at Chelmsford High School. It's my pleasure to give these certificates to Ashley Thomas and Mark Quimby. This certificate of achievement is for an individual who's being honored for distinguished achievement in community service and is eligible through Chelmsford High School for this state recognition. It is my honor to present this certificate of achievement to Emily Francisco. The President's Volunteer Service Award is presented by the President's Council on Service and Civic Participation in recognition and appreciation of commitment to strengthening our nation and for making a difference through volunteer services. It is my pleasure to give this award to Emily Francisco.
Child Development and Community Education Award, Ms. Joan Murphy.
Good evening. The Community Education Child Development Award goes to 4 young women who have shown time and time again that they truly enjoy working with young children and will make great teachers someday. These students have many avenues to work with young children in the Child Development Program. They work in the Lion's Den Preschool, which is our in-house preschool that is adjacent to my classroom. They learn theory in my classroom, and then they go and work in the preschool. They also have opportunities to work in the Extended Day Program in the morning at Harrington School. They also have opportunity in the Directed Study Program to be teacher assistants, and this year the Directed Study class was a year long, which meant these students got to see the children that they were working with grow the entire year. One student worked in a health class at the Parker Middle School. Another student worked in a 7th grade class at the Parker Middle School. Another student worked in the 2nd grade class at the Harrington School. And another student worked in a 4th grade class at the Harrington School. The Community Education Child Development Award goes to Katie Hewlett, Chantal LeBlanc, Jenny Lee Mark, and Kristen Simard.
One of my favorite awards, Daughter of American Revolution, and the presenter is going to be Dean Galante.
The Daughters of the American Revolution Good Citizen Award is given to a student who demonstrates the qualities of dependability, service, leadership, and patriotism. It is my pleasure to award this to Lauren Jean, who is not here. So I will accept this on her behalf. Thank you.
Next is the Chelmsford Telemedia Awards of Appreciation, and as usual, Tom is doing double duty, so our presenter is Tom Peterson.
Good evening. As Principal Ryan says, like a lot of us, I get to wear many different hats. But I'm here tonight to represent the board of Chelmsford Telemedia, and I'm here to recognize 9 seniors who've been involved with helping with the telecast of football games and other school productions. So can I have the following seniors? Can I have Dave Kudo, Eleanor Garvey, Evan Kerr, Brian McDonald, Carleen McWigan, Nick Hill, Van Carter Satyam, Pat Story, and Michelle Woodward. Please come forward. These, in my 14 years of being here, it's amazing how time flies as you get older, but I've been here for 14 years. This is the most seniors I've ever had. Just a little bit of history. These kids have all been involved with the football games. These are the kids who give up their Friday nights, who miss on going out on their dates on Friday nights or working. But these kids are really dedicated in terms of, we would leave for a game at 2 o'clock and not get back till late o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. And we're here to bring the productions of football games and our productions to the kids. I think we're probably one of the few productions in the state that's totally a student-run production. We're doing a multi-camera production and also doing replays. And I'm happy to say that the camera equipment that I have been using is almost as old as you guys are, and which was retiring. And in the fall, we'll be actually producing our productions in HD. So congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
If I could have Karen Shu please come to the stage. Karen is recognized for the Massachusetts Secondary School Administrators Association Student Achievement Award in recognition for her outstanding contribution to Chelmsford High School. As you've seen her on TV for the school committee, and she represents the student council. So congratulations, Karen. Thank you. Next, we have the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, and if we could have Mr. Ralph Sherwood come to the board, please.
The Rensselaer Polytech Institute and the Rensselaer Medal Award certificate this year goes to Kristen Sheeks. Would you please come forward? The Rensselaer Medal Award certificate is based upon the following criteria. The student must be in the top 10% of her class, a junior who demonstrates success in a vigorous academic setting, excel in advanced math and science courses, and is involved in extracurricular activities. Kristen, because she is awarded this, will be given upon acceptance and enrollment at Rensselaer Polytech Institute, an automatic $15,000 a year scholarship for 4 years. I understand, Kristen, that also you have other things, notoriety in drawing and in sculptures, and that she plays a mean bass guitar. Congratulations. The University of Rochester Bosch and Loam Honorary Science Award for 2010 this year goes to Parteep Patel. Please come forward. The Bosch and Loam Science Award is based upon the following criteria: successful completion in 3 years of science, academic excellence in science, rigor of courses taken in science, PSAT and SAT science, and math scores. Parteep, you've done all of those. The winner of this award, as Parteep, will automatically be considered for Bosch and Loam Science Scholarship, which is $6,000 per year at the University of Rochester. And Parteep also has the notoriety of having gone to summer enrichment programs throughout all of the summer times, as well as being president for the last 2 years of the CHS Science Club, which is also known as the Ruth Porfit Society. Pateeth, congratulations.
For the Society of Women Engineers, I'd like to introduce one of our graduates, Ingrid Skoob.
Good evening. I'm here tonight on behalf of the Society of Women Engineers, or SWE for short. Our national organization is dedicated to empowering underrepresented groups such as women and minorities in aspiring to engineering and leadership roles. If I could call to the stage Miss Iris Shu, Sanyukta Inamdar, and Miss Allison Welsh. Women and minorities only make up a fraction of the engineering workforce today, and we would love to see that expand. So I encourage 3 of you and all the students present tonight, if this is an interest to you, please keep pursuing advanced coursework in math and science.
Next, one of our former faculty science department heads, I'd like to introduce Michael Tate for the Michael Tate Honorary Award for Science Excellence.
Nice to be back. I still get wicked nervous. This year's recipient of the Michael Tate Honorary Science Award is a person who thinks of science as a verb. It is something that one does. It's a way of life. It is not a common thing to have a young person to not only have a love of a subject matter within a body of science, but to also appreciate the process of doing science. As hard as we try to incorporate the process of doing science in our science courses at all levels of science education, it is not until we take science outside the classroom, into the laboratory, and whether that laboratory be a building or out into nature, that we start appreciating the true value of science. This year's recipient has followed her love of the biological sciences to the Isles of Shoals to do research on lobsters, something we can all relate to and appreciate. She is an active member in the Science Club, a 3-year participant in the Envirothon, and a volunteer for the SPCA. The way that I understand it, when it came time to make this year's choice, the science teachers, the science faculty, were spontaneous and unanimous in nominating Elisa Fiore. It is truly an honor. It is truly an honor to present the 2010 award to Alicia. I am truly honored to have my name on the same plaque.
It's nice to see you again, Mr. Tate. Next, we have the Rochester Institute of Technology Innovative and Creativity Award. I'd like to introduce Mr. John Kittredge.
I'm pleased to announce the winners of the Rochester Institute of Technology Innovation and Creativity Awards. These awards recognize junior students who have distinguished themselves academically and are active and involved members of their school and community and demonstrate outstanding achievement, innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. If you Google these 2 students, you will find them on the web, and they can make money off of you Googling them. So I recommend it. The winners tonight are Andrew Ambrosino and Shruti Srinivas.
For the University of Rochester, I'd like to introduce Mr. Josh Blagg.
Good evening. So I will be presenting the University of Rochester Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award in Humanities and Social Sciences. This goes to a junior who has great understanding of difficult social issues, takes on a leadership role, and has a commitment to community action. It's my great pleasure to award this to Virginia Walsh. And I have another University of Rochester award. This is the George Eastman Young Leaders Award. This obviously goes to a person who has demonstrated leadership and scholarship. This also goes to a junior. This is Miss Casey Coder.
For the English department, once again, I'd like to introduce Mr. Stephen Kortamash.
I'm here to present the English Department Award, which goes essentially to what I would determine to be the most talented English student this year. And this is my first year having this student in class. Well, actually, I just have her come up, I suppose. Libby, if you come up. Libby Glennon. This is my first year having Libby in class. I'd heard she was talented from other teachers, but I couldn't have imagined just how talented she really was. She certainly distinguished herself as one of the two most talented students, writers, thinkers that I've ever had the pleasure of knowing or had in my classroom. Her writing and analytical talents place her in very exclusive company. Her writing, in my opinion, is certainly at the very least publishable. She pursues unique and inventive topics and is constantly challenging herself instead of settling for just the minimum, which for her is still pretty extraordinary. She writes with eloquence and clarity far beyond her years or experience. There have been several times this year when I have read one of Libby's essays without blinking or breathing, excited by the inventive articulacy of her essays. Following the high wire act of her eloquent and incisive talent is a pleasure for a literature geek like me, and she never let me down with her efforts. She's an intensely sincere learner, she's a leader in the classroom, and she writes so very well. Aside from all this talent and energy, Libby is a superb human being. She's humble, thoughtful, mature, engaging, happy, supportive. She's an absolute delight, and when I was asked to choose who deserved this award, there was no question in my mind. I'll miss her very much, and so will Chelmsford High School. I know she'll thrive in the college environment. She'll absolutely thrive. Congratulations, Libby, and best of luck.